Page 74. Listening for main ideas. A. Close your book. Listen to the lecture and take notes.
Hi, everyone. Let's get started. Do you have the handout from our last class? Okay. For homework, I asked you to answer the questions on your handout about sleep. Let's look at the first question. How many hours of sleep did you get last night?
6 hours.
I see. Anyone get less sleep than that?
I got 5 hours of sleep.
Only 5 hours? Well, I hope you can stay awake during my lecture today. Well, later, we'll talk some more about our own sleep habits. But first, today I'm going to talk about the problem of sleep deprivation, of not getting enough sleep. I'll talk about some of the causes of sleep deprivation and then some of the effects. Let's start with the problem of sleep deprivation. Many people don't recognize that this is a serious health problem. However, today, more and more doctors are becoming worried about it. In fact, some call it the biggest health problem today. Most people today are deprived of sleep. They simply do not get enough sleep each night. And from your answers to the survey questions today, we can see that this is true in this class as well. Every year, the National Sleep Center does a survey in the United States asking people about their sleep habits and the effects of sleep deprivation on their lives. The results are quite dramatic. The information I'll give you today is from that survey. First, what are the causes of sleep deprivation? Why don't we get enough sleep? You may be surprised to learn that our modern lifestyle, that is, the way we live our lives, creates many of our sleep problems. People today are very busy. They're working more and more hours every day. In fact, did you know that more than 30% of American adults work more than 50 hours a week? Well, as a result, there's less time to do other things like read or pay bills or clean house, so people stay up later and get less sleep. The problem is also created by modern technology. 100 years ago, after the sun went down, there wasn't much to do. Everything was dark and people went to sleep early. Now everything is turned on 24 hours a day. Well, think about it. We have electric lights, TV, and the internet. You can watch TV or listen to music or work on the computer anytime, and that makes us stay up later. In fact, 43% of Americans say that they often stay up later than they should watching TV or using the internet. How many of you would say that you don't go to sleep when you should because of the TV or the internet? Yeah, sometimes it is hard to stop doing all those things and go to bed. Now I'm going to move on to the effects of sleep deprivation. Everyone needs a certain amount of sleep. Our bodies require a certain amount of sleep to function well. Now, most people require a minimum of 8 hours of sleep each night, although some people need more and others need less. But most people don't get enough sleep. Every night, many people sleep only 5, 6, or 7 hours instead of 8. So now, what are the effects of sleep deprivation? The most common effect is, of course, sleepiness during the day. Let me ask you, when do you feel sleepy?
After lunch.
When my alarm clock wakes me up in the morning.
Yes, both of those are very common. Many people have trouble waking up and getting out of bed in the morning. And a lot of us feel sleepy after lunch. We may feel that it's normal to feel sleepy at those times, but really, it's related to sleep deprivation. It's an effect of not getting enough sleep. If you get all the sleep you need, you won't feel sleepy during those times. So, most people feel sleepy during the day. One consequence of this is mistakes at work. Without enough sleep, we don't function well. We don't have enough energy and we can't always think very clearly. And there are many people at work each day who need more sleep. About 50% of Americans say they're usually sleepy at work. And about 20% say they make mistakes at work because they're sleepy. These mistakes can cost a lot of money or can cause accidents that hurt or even kill people. Another consequence of sleep deprivation is car accidents. In the United States, there are 100,000 sleep-related accidents each year, causing 71,000 injuries and 1,500 deaths. But people don't recognize that driving while you're sleepy is very dangerous. It can have serious consequences. Too many people, more than 50% of Americans surveyed, say that they sometimes feel sleepy when they're driving. Almost 17% report that they sometimes fall asleep while driving. So this is a great health danger. So, as you can see, we need to recognize that sleep deprivation is a serious problem. We need to find out what creates the problem and figure out a way to change our sleep habits, to educate people about getting more sleep. As a first step, let's look at our own sleep habits. Please take out your homework again and we'll look at what you wrote down.
Page 75. Listening for details. A. Close your book. Listen to the lecture again. Add details to your notes and correct any mistakes.